rock and roll all night and party every day. I don't know why that song just popped in my head right now. Just now, don't mind me. I'm a lover of music, I guess, and just songs just pops into my head out of nowhere. Don't mind me. But salutations, everyone. How's everyone doing out there? I'm glad. Hope everyone has a real blessed Friday. It's really pretty, really nice out here. Very nice. Very comfortable right now. Pretty quiet right now. Pretty peaceful where I am. So I'm at the bus stop, minus the lollipop. I'm on my way to my GYN appointment, where I'm getting my regular PAP, routine, and also just kind of making sure that everything else is fine down there. And I encourage all women to do that as well. Because just a little FYI, normally when you reach a certain age, the doctors tell you that you don't have to do PAPs. Excuse me. That the garbage truck is going by. Yeah, just part in the background noise because you see I'm outside, so you're gonna have background noise. Cars gonna be passing by. But anywho, they tell you that when you reach a certain age, you don't have to do a PAP every single year. You could do it like every 3 years, I believe. But for me, it's an exception. I have to do it every year because just a little disclosure and also some health awareness here. So there's no health reads allowed. A few years ago, I found out that I have some active HPV cells. All right, and so I've been doing my yearly PAPs, and I also have to check. They have to check my cervix to make sure that there's no damage or there's nothing cancerous going on in my cervix. So I had to do several biopsies, throughout the last few years, and thank God they have been benign. But I have to make sure I check everything out because the last several years it was recommended that I do the LEAP procedure. The LEAP procedure is when they go into your cervix and they take out, they like kind of to eliminate the cells that can be a potential could be potentially cancerous. So that has been recommended, and I have to tell you, I was kind of a scaredy cat when I was supposed to get it done. I chickened out at the last minute. I was on the table and everything, and I don't have as much of a tolerance for pain like I used to, so I got a little scared. But I just encourage you guys, women out there, just make sure that anything that's recommended that that is a necessary thing to do, please make sure you do it. So I was in the process of making the appointment to get it done again, like to get the LEAP procedure scheduled, that so I can make sure that I don't have to be so concerned about this any longer. And so but then I was told the last time I went to my GYN, they told me that I had no need for it. So I'm just going to make sure that I follow up with that and just find out for certain. My bus is here. Find out for certain what's going on. So that's why I'm on my way to now. 1 second, please. Hello. Okay, thank you. All right. Yeah, I'm on the bus on my way to the appointment. So so I encourage women, just please be sure to monitor your health, especially with a certain age. But just start as early as you can, because no one is invisible out here. Okay. So I hope that you can still hear me. The bus is very loud, so I'm not gonna be on too long, but I'm gonna come back and probably share. I'll probably do it now because I don't, I didn't plan on being long on this video either. But I just want to shout out Sean Sinclair. On my interview with him last night, it was a blessing to have him on. So please make sure you check out that interview with Sean Sinclair that I did last night. Shout out to him. And also, please be sure that you're in the building on tomorrow afternoon, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm going to be interviewing with Krista Monique, actress Krista Monique. She was actually the star of Woman to Woman, the movie that was directed by Chonja, the Shoe Lady Ayers, who I interviewed with a couple of weeks ago. So please make sure you tune into this. It's been such a blessing because I have so many creators that come on and are willing to grace us with their presence on my platform. So I'm just so grateful for that. It's been a journey when it comes to these interviews, and I'm so grateful. But yeah, I had a lot of stuff going on. I just was looking through my Instagram feed. See Tyrese was on the Joe Budden's podcast, and they was talking about the verses, and he and Tank was back and forth, and I'm thinking that maybe some promo, I don't know, it could be some type of promotion for a tour because TGT is supposed to be reunited, so I'm thinking it may be promo for a tour that they're doing, this whole back and forth thing about the verses and how Tyrese said he felt blindsided, which I'm not sure why, because I think because Tank had all those features, but I'm like, well, you had a feature as well, so it started with him, with Chingy, and it started off with Holding Me Back. So there was back and forth about that, and so you can just look for yourself and see what's going on with that. But that was going on. They still talk about the Teddy and Tina divorce, and I already shared my little opinion about that, so I don't need to really go any further on that. There's a lot of content on that, and the Usher and Chris Brown concert on tour, they're talking about that, and also what else? Drake is still not letting this whole Not Like Us thing go. I think sometimes you just need to know how to take an L on certain matters, and this is the time to do it. I don't know why Drake is still, he seemed like he's still kind of salty about this, the rap battle that he had with Kendrick Lamar. So I know that's, up in air. But so, and there's still like some things going on in the church sector in regards to Marvin Sapp and Brian Kahn, and I also want to just send our prayers to Sarah Jakes Roberts. I heard she's in the hospital. So, despite what you may think of her as a pastor, I just pray that her overall health is intact. And also, I just had it in my head. Shout out to Kevin on stage. I don't know why y'all mad at him. I don't know what the beef is about, because he's embracing the LGBTQIA community as a Christian. I think we all supposed to love one another despite what you may think about a certain group of people, because we're supposed to love one another, especially as Christians, or especially as those who accepts the Lord and Savior into their lives. So if he is willing to embrace, and he made some valid points about the gay culture and how you are accepting of the community only based off of it's out of convenience. On one hand, you look at the gay orientation as an abomination, or it's sinful, but it's not sinful when they're providing music in your church. They're not so sinful when they're leading your worship and praise team. They're not so sinful when they're doing your hair and makeup and styling you and all this stuff, and anything else. Because I don't want to put the gays in one monolith, but I'm just making a point that you can't have certain conditions when it comes to acceptance. And Duran Bernard said it too, like acceptance is like asking for permission, and you shouldn't ask for permission to be yourself. So I'm just was kind of putting my, kind of sharing what's been out there and what I have been paying attention to. But yeah, so I'm not gonna be on you long. I hope that you guys have a good day, and God bless every one of you, and have a good one.